Just be the left-hand side of the screen. And if you'd like to see Team Fear, maybe take it to Game 3. Give them a cheer. You know, they seem to have separated themselves. Team Fear fans seem to be over there. Team Playground seems to be over there. It's a little strange. It's like a home and away end. But as it stands, Muffin Cunie's desperately trying to get that ward in. Has to put it in their corner there in the end, though. Meanwhile, actually, Lemon God's being caught out here. Zuna's straight on him. It could be first blood coming down already. Lemon God goes down straight away. Mandatory Cloud opens up 1-0.
And that's unfortunate. He had his flash available, too. He just simply got caught out completely. Pincered down there. Nice opening there. Fear's going to like that a lot.
They are going to like that a lot. 1-0 on your AP carry in the mid. That's the advantage they wanted. Maybe is that enough to turn things in their favor in this game so early on. Just 1.5 minutes gone in this game. So let's not get carried away. Let's not call things too early.
However, ManCloud is going to lane with 8 health potions and a ward.
Wow.
So he's not going to die too much early to that poke in mid from Vlad.
He likes those red pots.
Yeah. I mean, the red sodas, he's a little bit thirsty. And he's going to do a pretty good job there, being nice and hydrated.
This is going to be a late invade here from Fear by the looks of it. You can see they're poised to go for this one. Here they go. The blue buff. You can see Meat Playground moving around to it. It's going to be the AD carry switching as well. Up towards the top lane. So the duo lane will be on the top. And here they come. Fear coming around in there. Managed to land the axe on towards NK Inc. But unfortunately, the Mystic Shot didn't go through. Next axe does land on NK Inc. That's going to force the jungler away. They're going to get in. They're going to steal away the blue buff. This is a great invade start. And they're also taking away their own blue buff down the bottom. So they're going to give that to either Zuna or, I guess, Mandatory Cloud. So Smithy picks that up. Meanwhile, let's have a look at the other buff. They've given it to Zuna. This is a great start for Team Fear.
This is risky, though. And the thing is, I think Fear mind-gamed themselves because you normally have Cho'Gath has a really, really good 1 versus 2, and Jack's the notoriously bad 1 versus 2 champion, being full melee. And so I think what they did was like, well, we'll send him to the bottom lane and hope they lane swapped us, and it didn't happen. And he's going to have, because the blue buff doesn't help him here in this kind of matchup. Like, he's not going to spam
It's just going to waste it.
I mean, he gets to put on Counter-Strike more, so he can run in there and, like, use that to last hit for, like, a little bit. And that will help him, to be fair. But realistically, it's just not the easiest place for him right here. This lane's going to be very hard for Jax, and not completely terrible here for Cho'Gath.
But, yeah, Cho'Gath until level 3 is a tricky thing. You could easily blast him down. He's not that strong early on, and maybe that's what Afro and Muffin Cutie are going to try and do. You can see they're already hit level 2. Obviously, they've got the experience from that blue buff early on. Level 3 already, as you can see, for Jax. So Jax has that big advantage, the fact that he's already level 3, whereas I think Cho'Gath at the top still only sitting on level 1. Yeah, he is. So you can see there's a good advantage gained by Fear here from just the differences they've turned here. This is where he's going to manage to get some level up. The question is, can Muffin Cutie and Afro put the pain onto him? He has got NK incoming to help him.
Oh man, dude, Meat Playground, like, they mind game themselves again, because here's the normal situation where you see people will tower dive that guy top. Oh, and then maybe we got a little bit of fight going on. Olaf coming behind by Smithy, lands the undertow. Pobelter, he does have flash. He's going to keep walking backwards. Will flash dodge the undertow, gets away from Smithy, and that's. And again, it's mind gaming themselves. Like, normally you always like dive that top turret right as he gets down. And Ink showed up and there's nothing there for it.
Has it very low though, just trying to get some damage down towards Afro. Afro turns around, puts a single shot with that rupture and silence, pretty much doing the damage on him, and that's going to be giving him the damage back. So this mid lane again, you can see Smithy coming around, just smites it out and doing the damage, taking the Wraith away from NK Inc. They did this last time. They managed to get good control at the start, but it fell away from them. How are Meat Playground going to work their way back into this one? They are 1-0 down this time. They are managing to keep Jax. They're not zoning him out as much as I thought they would.
Yeah, I mean, he's still only at 10. I mean, he's just trying to use Counter-Strike to get a little something going on. There we go. Smithy's going to set up for this gank. This might be a dive that works, but Lee Sin's coming in to stop that as well. He's going to walk right into Smithy.
Yeah, and there is Smithy straight on towards Lee Sin. He's doing the damage. He's absolutely chunking him down. The rupture lands, though. The rest of the team are going to back away. Manages to land the axe. Is it going to be enough to catch on towards NK? One more axe might be enough. Burns the flash out. Nicely done there, Smithy. That's going to put a lot of damage on towards the top tower. This is what they wanted. They need to burn that turret down quickly and get the switch back on.
Yeah, the lane swap's not the best thing in general, but it's going to be a good job in general. I mean, getting the turret's worth it. The lane swap's not the easiest lane overall, but at this point, I think they want to rescue Jax from this kind of situation. He's only at 10 minions, and again, they want Jax because they want him to reach late game.
Okay.
The minions will do enough damage. When you get this low, you want the turret to kill off the minions to deny farm to the opposition.
Indeed. So, you can see that Zuna is just about hanging on. He's doing as much as he can to dodge out, jumps in, gets the counter-strike down. Good work, keeping him off that turret for as long as possible, and realizes now is the chance, now is the time. He's got a creep wave, he can switch out quickly.
Yeah, and Lemon God's Grasping Roots was down. You saw him put 2 seeds down as Jax running away. If Grasping Roots was up, that would have been a dead Jax or at least a burned Flash.
So Jax goes back. How's it worked out between the two? 12 CS to 13 CS. So both top laners struggling out there. Doran's Blade versus an Armor. So I guess we can expect to see Zuna be a little bit more aggressive. But the problem is I think Meat Playground may get this turret down. If we could just nudge the camera up a little bit. There we go, Cam. As it does go down. So they weren't quite quick enough in their exchange. They didn't get the kills they really wanted from it either. But situation resumes, situation even.
Yeah, and you can see the gold lead still exactly 600, which is what it was at the first blood mark. So you're seeing the extra gold lead has helped ManCloud a little bit, 48 to 39 in minions overall. But as far as everything else is concerned, you know, everyone's completely kept up in their lanes. Everything's pretty much been traded equally. All that's really happened here is Zuna and Hazard have no items but a lot of experience, and they're going to kind of fight as high-level champions on a lot of gold.
We're seeing NK actually going with the Doran's Blade. I'm expected to see him maybe even diving on Mandatory Cloud or that top lane. He's definitely looking for one because he's picked up that Doran's Blade, wants to get the damage down. Meanwhile, Smithy gone for that Philo Stone. Just quite happy to keep the GP10s going. Smithy maybe going to head off towards the top there. Let's have a look at what this bottom lane are going to do. Are they going to have to come back straight down and counter after a move? Do you think it's better? Do you think they should try and switch it up here? They just need to give the time for even Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath better 2v1. Could he hold it now? I mean, is it that level? He's up to what, level 5?
Generally speaking, as the game goes on, you tend to catch up as the 1 versus 2. Even if you stay in that kind of lane matchup, as long as you're not completely zoned, you'll just kind of get in better and better shape. And you know, yeah, I would kind of like to see Meat Playground swap it back and let Cho'Gath kind of sit there and just constantly push against his Jax and deny Zuna. I think that would be a little bit of a better play. But now it's going to get to the point where the junglers and the mid lanes are going to start roaming a lot more, and they're the ones who are going to make action, and so you're going to see them do things.
And we're going to see them taking down the first ward of the game. And there is Smithy. That's what they want to see. Bit of action.
Fear, I mean, they got the first champion kill and the first ward kill. I mean,
they're unstoppable.
This is crazy.
And the blue buff also being picked up by Hazard. Smithy tried to get in and steal it. Came in very, very close to landing that axe. Getting it through there. So how's this bottom lane working out? Lightston, as you can see, he's got about 10 CS advantage over Aframu. So currently the lane swap kind of working in Meat Playground's favor. As you mentioned, the mind games themselves there. But Jax in that top lane is going to get a lot more farm than Hazard has. So he's going to get a bit of a big advantage. Smithy going to be picking up the red buff. Let's have a look towards the middle. I think Darian has just picked up Mandatory Cloud on towards the blue buff. So it's going to be a blue buffed Diana versus Pobelter. But Pobelter's already at that stage. He's up to level 7. Going to get the spell vamp in a moment. Zuna actually gave up a lot of CS just to come and get that red.
Yeah, there's a lot of it just like cascading against his turret right now, missing, you know, about a quarter of a level on this. Even the Rupture to slow him down. So you talk about some of the lane matchups. This bottom lane, I think, is a lot better for Fear than it was last game. Morgana has no tools to stop Caitlyn. The Black Shield only blocks magic damage. The ward goes down from Smithy. But Morgana can't defend from Caitlyn nearly as well as Lulu can. And so this kind of matchup here, you know, I expected it to stay at this, you know, -10, -20 point here for Fear, and they'll start catching up. Meat Playground, after pushing, they're looking for a gank. They might try for mid, but I feel like it's going to be hard to catch on to ManCloud.
Yeah, Diana's a very tricky champion to catch onto. I think they're just going to try and put the pressure on here. Luckily enough for Fear, Smithy and Lulu, Muffin Cutie Pie just coming. Muffin Cutie Pie, that's a scary combination right there. But it is going to be Muffin Cutie catching on towards it. Muffin Cutie does go down. Actually, tell a lie. That's Pobelter getting in, getting the damage done on towards ManCloud. Can he turn it back around? Muffin Cutie's trying to keep the damage on. Jack's heading down south, but it's too late. And Meat Playground done their hit and run job. Successfully 5-man dive gank on towards ManCloud.
And that is a really, really clever combo here. Diana into, sorry, not Diana into Zyra, but Zyra in general, you know, they're able to sort of, you know, try to start a fight, and I think it's actually Lee Sin can safeguard to a Zyra plant. So he can get in range, land a slow, Zyra pops down Stranglethorns, and that was kind of the damage they needed. That's what, you know, all came together and picked up ManCloud, was just like this amalgamation of damage and crowd control, and everything just went for him. That early 5-man roam, it was a 5-on-2, 5-on-3 at that turret. That you got great enough numbers, you're going to pick those up easily.
ManCloud returning back to lane, picking up a Negatron Sorcerer's Boots and double Doran's Blade as Blade. That would be a bit of a scary, weird combo for a Diana.
A little bit. But I mean, she will land auto attacks. No, it's a bad build.
It's a bad build. Let's not promote that. Oh, there's another one he could find as well. I think.
Is he gonna find it?
Oh, it's just a trap.
He could walk over it and kill it.
It's literally a trap.
Thank you, Admiral Akbar.
I went there. Sorry, I went there. Okay, so Zuna returning. They realize that actually possible Dragon attempt was up there for mid playground instead. Clearing out that mid stack. Cho'Gath having to stick around. Zuna's going to return to top lane though. And instead, they are not going to go for Dragon. But the way that Meat Playground's lingering, they could certainly go for it. They have top laners still in the mid there. Hazard. Surely Zuna realizes this. They're going to stick around, or they're just going to give it up and just continue farming.
Well, I'm trying to look. I mean, Jax just needs to get to the point where he catches up. He's not in a situation where he's actually useful in a team fight, except to like run in and counter-strike some guys for a stun. Other than that, though, you know, they want to send Zuna into a lane just completely. As far as the AD carries are concerned, they're kind of in a similar situation where they're still waiting around for their items. Judging by the fact that Afromu's not picked up anything, it looks like he's trying for an Infinity Edge build instead of like that Trinity Force you see very often. But that said, you know, we'll still see as he farms out more. Honestly, Meat Playground just like is stronger on the map right now, and they're the ones to really want to make moves and pick fights. And Fear's just they're in farm mode right here.
So. Lane's return, 66-48 in that top lane, and there he is. He just popped back, bought himself a Phage. So the start of the Trinity Force for Zuna. And good warding actually coming out from Muffin Cutie there. Like you can see he's just warding out the blue buff area, so they're going to looking to invade when that spawns in. It's about a minute time, isn't it? It's going to be coming back up.
Yeah, definitely pretty soon. Actually, let me
check the chat. Smithy going straight towards Lemon God. Neither really reacting. Does manage to throw the axe at him eventually. Just wanted to come around and get that ward down. NK's not going to have enough to take that ward down. And Meat Playground stacking once again in the mid lane. We are seeing coming up the river. It's going to be Light Sludge. Are they going towards the Dragon? Yes, they are. They've spotted Jax on that top lane. They're going to head for it.
All right, and they're going to move on down. They've got a complete numbers advantage here. Caitlyn shoving out that bottom lane. Afro's going to need to make some moves, but they are happy to start on this. The ward goes down. Fear knows about this, but Dragon is still just losing health here.
The Dragon is certainly going down. Jax is too far away to even get involved in this one. Smithy's not even going to get in close. They're actually keeping Cho'Gath busy, so they're making sure they don't actually give too many objectives away. They're going to go for blue buff. You can see Zuna making a move for it.
And there's no one around to stop him right here. That's an okay-ish trade. I mean, Dragon's worth more in a long game, but if you get a fight after stealing Golem buff away, it's actually a pretty big deal. Hazard, no, he's not going to get anything. Oh, Smithy's going to go for the smite, actually, make sure they grab that one away. So that's actually going to be pretty good. If they get into a fight soon, they'll be okay with it.
So, as it stands, Zuna does return back towards that top lane. 78 CS to 59, so he has that 20 CS advantage. But like you mentioned, Cho'Gath, you know, could be a little bit more involved. All he just needs is tankier items. Zuna needs to get that damage on. You can see Hazard quite happy to trade and stand and bang with him. Does manage to turn around with an empowered strike, sends him packing. Bottom lane, you can see a massive creep wave for Afromu. Afromu's just going to be picking that out, keeping the farm going. He has fell behind on towards Light Sludge. Light Sludge around about 20 CS ahead of him right now. There's ManCloud just going to be picking up the blue buff of his own. So both blue buffs currently in control by Fear. And we'll be back up in around about 18 minutes. So Zuna putting the ward down, actually past the turret there, and now he's going to have another go towards Cho'Gath. He's going to come up around the backside of him, feeling confident in this fight here, I think. He's going to farm out, in fact, just farm out Cab past him. Nobody wants any minions. Now he could turn it. Who's likely to win out this battle? Zuna surely is much stronger.
Jax will win a 1-on-1, but the problem is Lemon God's showing up right here. The Rupture lane just going to give him Grasping Roots. The Silence letting him not run away as well. The plans are on. Nice Flash is going to dodge Strangle Thorns, but losing Flash is still pretty harsh. Hazard's going to have the rock up. Oh, he will land that. Jax will not dodge.
He's going to get feasted, surely. Just one more nom. Is it going to be enough? Doesn't matter. They're going to give it to NK Inc. Nicely done. And that was actually Jax just being overconfident, trying to ward it out, and then just like, missed my opportunity up. Smithy coming up towards the top lane, just going to prevent him going towards the turret.
Yeah, it was just perfectly layered crowd control overall. You know, the Rupture landed and then immediately silenced to prevent a leap strike or flash away, which allowed the Grasping Roots to land. From that point, it was just an easy chase.
Smithy around the side. He actually got caught twice by the Rupture as well, which is unusual for the top players. And then when he pretty much dodged quickly. Smithy here trying to have a go at this one. He's got to be careful. He's got the Oracle. Lemon God's going to come back in if he can get the Grasping Roots. And he realizes he has to back away. That trio combo of NK came up as well.
Yeah, exactly.
In fact, they're actually 4-man stacking towards the top.
Yeah, they're roaming together is the weird thing. The support and jungle are both kind of getting together. They're leaving Light Sludge in 1v1s, and he's doing fine with it.
Yeah, he's doing fine with it already against Afromu. He has got that beginnings of an Infinity Edge much further in than Afromu's got. Pobalta thought about going to the top lane instead. They're just going to back away and let them carry on farming. They can't afford to just give up that mid turret.
No, it's going to be pretty bad. I mean, Fear right now, they're a little bit behind. They want to catch up in gold somehow, despite that first blood. You know, and especially with the AD carry being down 600 gold roughly, they need Afrobu to get that Infinity Edge before he's useful in this game. I don't expect him to go Bloodthirster. I mean, I guess it's okay on Ezreal, but they need that persistent damage output. The difficulty, though, is again, Meat Playground, they've peaked sooner. Their mid-game power is better than Fear's mid-game power, and they're trying to use it as much as possible.
Smithy's trying to pick up as much farm. They have got a Glitter Lance on towards Lightstuds. They're trying to pin him down, actually. They might have enough here. The exhaust goes down. The turret is very low, but they're just going to force him away instead. There was a ward just gone down, guys. You missed it.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Payback.
They're going to make up for it. Payback. Smithy will pick up another one. It's going to be Pobelter coming round, though. Bottom turret has gone down. I'd like to think you were cheering for that rather than a ward, honestly.
Of course they are.
Because they are the goals. You want to aim towards Pobelter, getting just caught slightly about, but they are going to jump in. Zuna leap striking towards him. Now he's going to get caught towards that turret. NK's not going to follow this one up. Zuna actually using his ultimate to back him out of that one. And they are going to have to back away to the turret and defend this one. How are the people going to rotate around here? Lightstuds returning to that bottom lane and just continuing the farm.
Yeah, he's happy to. I mean, Kaylin's one of the safest like solos you can really get. She's very, very long range. She can dash backwards, has traps. They've got, you know, the rest of the team is keeping everyone occupied in mid. It's very easy for Meat Playground to say, we're going to push your mid. If you don't have enough, you lose the turret. If you do have enough, we know Kaylin's safe. And so they can keep making these moves over and over and over again. There's no like super great initiation here from Fear. Nothing can easily follow up from Mandatory Cloud on Diana. And even if she does go in, she'll just kind of die first. So there's not a lot of options here for Fear. They have to somehow keep their base alive and then catch up. And from there they can start fights.
Well, surely Fear is just trying to hold out as long as they can. Yeah. They need that Trinity Force. They need that Infinity Edge. Once they start getting those big items, that's when they're quite happily go. You can see the farm continuing. Smithy actually up to 1,000 gold, so he's going to like to go and buy some item at the moment, 900 gold. So Zuna's going to continue farming, continue pressuring actually that bottom lane. And the longer X Hazard stays here, the more he can just quite happily free farm this top lane.
Oh, exactly, you know, and that's exactly what they need from Jax. I mean, they are equal in gold individually, but it doesn't matter too much. Meat Playground, though, this is the kind of situation where they said, okay, you know, you've got someone off to the side. This is the time to push a turret. They've finally brought Light Sludge over. He finished Infinity Edge, and you can see they do really good damage to that turret, and really good damage to Afromu, too.
Yeah, that mid turret almost down as well. Very low on health. They just need a couple more pokes. The next creep wave may be enough. There's Ace in the hole being used, actually being blocked off by Muffin Cutie, as you would expect. Afromu putting the damage down towards NK. Meanwhile, that top lane continues to farm, so it's all about the middle lane, really. And you can see X Hazard continuing to try and put the pressure on towards Zuna, but mid lane, they're pushing on towards the turret. They are going to surely finish it off this time. He'll get Muffin Cutie down there. Ace in the hole, I think, finished it off there. I wasn't quite sure.
Built-over Peacemaker got him.
Built-over Peacemaker that was got him. And that turret is going to drop as well. There's just a couple more shots, maybe even a tank shot.
I mean, heck, there's really no one from Fear who can actually defend this. I'm surprised they're waiting around trying to kill off the minions because they've got the wave clear and they're simply going to get it with Caitlyn. Jack's going to jump on a Hazard, though. I don't think it's going to work too well for him. So we're going to go back to the mid lane, and the pressure is just so great for Meat Playground.
And there's Lightstuds going to finish off the turret. One more shot, and then is it. So it is 2-2 in turrets, very much even 3-1 in kills for Meat Playground. They have the gold advantage, only ever so slightly though, just 300 gold as they all race down towards Dragon. Zuna coming across here. They have a Hazard backing off here, so this is actually Fear's opportunity to maybe try and get in and get that Dragon.
And it's going to be, you know, a nice chance. The problem is I think there's enough ward coverage that they would see this, they would smell it and kind of go for it. They actually catch up to Afromu, though. That's going to be a bad place for him.
They've caught on to Afromu, but he can get away. He's very versatile and very mobile, and then another ward going to go down. Smithy's going to punish that one off. So actually the Dragon wards have all been completely cleared out by both teams at the moment. Fear trying to get around, Afromu rotating around. Zuna's now back in there, but you can see that Hazard also in. Who is likely to win out of a 5v5 team fight here?
Well, it's going to be Meat Playground. I mean, all day. They have the Infinity Edge finally finished here for Afromu, but he's not with the team yet. That is the exact time they need. Look, the plant's going down from Zyra, zoning out Fear. The Dragon is completely theirs.
Completely zoned out, really well timed. You know, all the work they did on Afromu paying off, and Fear just can't seem to get anything working for them here. Just dodging out and the damage just being returned. They didn't get the tower, they didn't get any trade whatsoever. They just straight up lost 1.5k gold.
Yeah, they got the 750 total from the turret and the 975 from the Dragon. So I mean, they have lost a whole lot of gold in a row very, very recently. But the crazy thing is, even despite that, you're seeing the gold very, very close, 1,300 apart. So, you know, before the turret Dragon Kill, Fear was up, or would have been up in gold in general. So they are finally catching up in that farm. You know, they had that really bad 1 versus 2, I think, from Jax, but now he's up against Cho'Gath. And the interesting thing, though, is Hazard, he's not going full tank this time. He's actually going a bit bruisery. You're seeing Wit's End coming out from him. That could be a Randuin's next, I suppose, but, you know, they don't have that Frozen Heart by any means right now. So you're suddenly going to have a much less scared Zuna and Aphromoo here.
But you are seeing some damage coming out from NK there. He just bought a BF sword.
So he's going for that flood. There's like this is to me this is very strange with Elite Playground. Like I think they actually need real tanks here because they've got enough damage with Vladimir, Caitlyn, and Zyra that they could go for a tanky frontline like last time. But apparently they just want to like burn things down. I don't know. That to me that's a little bit strange.
They are going full damage. Let's put it that way. And that's a dangerous game to play with Zuna on there on Jax. And then he can put out a heck of a lot of damage. As can Aphromoo. He has only got the Infinity Edge. He hasn't obviously built anything else towards it, but it doesn't matter. That Infinity Edge is enough sometimes to just burn through the team. Continuing to get the free farm as well down the bottom. This time you can see Light Sludge is coming up the middle though, so Aphromoo getting very much a lot of free farm. He can go for a couple of waves there. He's going to have to react and come up towards Meat Playground. They can push in towards that turret. Zuna continuing to keep off Hazard in the top lane. Again, Ace in the hole being used as soon as it's off cooldown by Light Sludge.
Well, and it's one of the things that Caitlyn does really well.
Zuna's had to give up on that tower on the top.
Oh, absolutely. And so you can see there's so much poke coming out. After coming from the side, they're really good position. Pobel to drop down to half. All they're doing is really pushing Meat Playground away, though. They're not able to.
It's
really
just all buying time for this top turret to be taken down by Hazard.
Yep.
He just straight up beat Zuna in a 1v1 fight.
And now to the scrape. And hey, you know what? As it turns out, that Wit's End build, I'll eat my words, he's able to beat Jax 1v1 because of it.
Yeah, so he's managed to out-farm him. Now realized Zuna's had to come in towards the mid, so it's going to be 3-2 in turrets as soon as that next wave comes in, and they're going to try and take advantage of a 4v5 in the mid lane. Mandatory Cloud being the target, and that's not going to turn around. Pobelter, as soon as he comes out of that pull, is going to get jumped on. He should be dropped. Has to use the Zonyas. Is he going to burn out in time? No, he comes straight out of it. NK taking out very low as well. Lemon God could get dropped. One more axe from Smithy should be enough. Instead, he turns it around. Aphromoo picks up another there, and Lemon God just about avoiding the damage. Oh, Hazard's just come back in. He could clean house here. He could just go straight through. Zuna's so low, but Smithy and Aphromoo coming back up. They should have enough damage. Hazard kind of caught in between. He wants the kills, but he doesn't have the damage. Now he tries to catch on towards Aphromoo. Light Sludge gets on towards him. Straight on there. Light Sludge finishes him off. Ace in the hole comes down. Smithy blocks it off nicely. Rupture comes down. Hasn't got enough ability power damage to finish off Smithy there. And it has got enough, though, with Light Sludge in there to take the turret. So despite the fact Meat Playground looked like they were losing that fight, they come back and counter so well as soon as Hazard joins the fight.
And that was really, really impressive because Light Sludge took so much damage at the very beginning there and got out alive. And then showed up at the end to realize, oh, hey, my team, you know, they're baiting him out. Cho'Gath's putting out some damage out, but came back at the end to clean up. That was really, really nice from Light Sludge. And seeing that fight play out, it makes sense now what Hazard's building. This team from Fear is Assassini. ManCloud, Smithy, Zuna, they're all going to dive in. Aphromoo can reach them too. Muffin Cutie's going to help the Assassin go in. They're going to immediately target that back line of Light Sludge, and they're going to go for him so very quickly. So they need those frontline tanks that are getting ignored to actually put out damage in the fight, and so they're building out a little bit of damage to make that happen. The early Wit's End is part of that kind of theory.
And now he's got that Frozen Heart. Does he just bought that flat out?
Yeah, he's been farming and he picked up
he had the armor in there, didn't he? So he's just got straight in this, and now has it very strong. Level 15 as well compared to Zuna's level 14. Let's have a look across the board, see if there's any major differences. They're all pretty close in terms of level. Nobody's got a real big advantage other than one level here, there, and there. So Mandatory Cloud's going to pick up the blue buff and try and return. So Meat Playground 1-0 up in this game with the advantage. It's looking like in a strong position here against Team Fear. Hazard farming out. Like you mentioned, the fact that he's now got those items built, those items complete. 24 still not completed by Zuna. Zuna's been desperately trying to catch up with this. This is very similar to the first game. Zuna trying to chase all the time to get that Trinity Force, to get that damage, to get that Guardian Angel to follow.
Yeah, and both times he's had, you know, not really the best lane at all. And so, you know, the first time he's getting counter laned by Malphite, second time in a 1 versus 2, it's really hurting his impact in this game, having these really bad openings. So we can see here, you know, Aframu now being the one donated to the farm at this point, it makes a lot of sense. Aframu's been pretty safe overall. I mean, that last death was just a little unfortunate. Light Sledge came back, X-Hazard flash feasted him, but otherwise, Afro, he's positioned well in all these fights. You know, even in the first game as well, he's getting jumped on by Malphite, but you can't really stop that. And other than that, he's been really good at not dying. So he's a good source of gold here. He's going to be able to carry through. And he's getting that last Whisper in order to break through that the Frozen Heart here from Cho'Gath.
So the ward placement across the map looking pretty good. Everybody's covering out that Baron, as you would expect. This is sort of the stage, 26 minutes gone. NK just waiting for that dragon to spawn. Me playing it, of course, with the timer on this one. Not too sure whether Fear are actually even going to try and test this one. No, they're not, because after moves at the top, they can't even get closer. This is another free dragon for Meat Playground.
Yeah, this was a little bit troubling to me because they fought really close fights overall. To me, Fear's gotten to the point now where they're able to get into these battles, and you know, the 32-minute Baron, 32-minute Dragon respawn. You know, I would expect them to come back for that one because we just saw them do a pretty good job last time. Fear's gotten to the point where they're threatening again, and I think they should kind of use that a little bit.
Meat Playground stacking up the middle here. You can see Light Sledge desperately trying to catch up to them. Have they done enough to try and dive in towards that turret? I'd be surprised if they made a tower dive here. I think they're just more trying to bait Fear out, see whether Fear are going to go for anything, maybe try and exchange in towards it. Zuna is just backed off. Zuna's just picked up the Trinity Force, so he will be a lot stronger in the next fight. Needs the large rod. Zonya's Hourglass almost completed as well by Diana. So Diana's actually a lot stronger. Catching out towards Muffin Cutie there. They're really seeing if they can get any picks off. Aframu still quite happy to farm off on the side there. And he's actually gained quite a lot of CS back. But look at that. Phantom Dancer and Infinity Edge on Light Sledge. They're trying to look to engage here. Freak.
Yeah, and they're going to keep poking with that turret, with the Caitlyn on the turret over and over. They have to get caught out, though.
They are going to go in towards it. Hazard's taken down very low already. They managed to pop him straight in the air. He gets caught by the turret out. Muffin Cutie actually picking up the kill there. NK in getting dived on by Zuna as well. Light Sledge turns it around. Managed to take down Mantle of Clouds. Gets a double kill as well. Muffin Cutie going down. Aframu now also very low. Light Sledge going very, very deep for this one. Can't land it. Now Zuna's going to come onto him. Light Sledge is in trouble here. Can't quite get the counter strike and leap strike on him. Will get the leap strike. Has he got enough? The rest of the team coming around. He could 3v1, but he could go down. Zuna has to back away. They're also low, tasty targets, but he couldn't get onto them. Has got a ward, could jump onto them there, but not going to follow. Smithy is, though. Smithy's going to come around the side here. Can he catch up towards Pobelter? One axe on towards that bush will be enough. He's going to go straight in there, puts the ward down. Does he feel strong enough? No, not manly enough, Smithy, sorry.
Now, he can't dive Pobelter because he'll just pull out of the way. Light Sledge is going to be able to just kite with the Lizard buff. It's a good job to not run through that. He checks it with the ward. I like that, right? Instead of diving in, he wards it. It's like, never mind. Just turns right back away.
I'll go about my business.
Just never mind. I'll just farm some minions.
Yeah, just go back away. So, 6-5, Fear coming out on top in that fight, but to be fair, X-Hazard was caught out by the tower. He was within tower range, and the tower did a lot of damage to him there. It was a bit of a mistake by him. I expect to see Zuna pick up this turret. They can do a lot of damage. I tell a lie, Hazard's back there very strong, very quick, and that rupture missed. He's trying to clear out the minion waves. I'll give him benefit of the doubt.
He aimed for it. Don't worry about it. But yeah, the difficulty there is, the thing is, Meat Playground can simply use Pobelter, Lemon God, and Light Sledge to poke the turret from 500 plus range, 650 if you're Caitlyn, and they'll be happy to do it. And they can just break down turrets that way, because Light Sledge, just like the first game, is having a very excellent time. 308 minions, 4 champion kills, Eye Edge, Phantom Dancer, and Last Whisper completed. They can just let him sit there and shoot at buildings, and they'll win those pushes. It's too aggressive from Hazard to even try for things like that, you know, right in front of the base. Just let the team make that happen.
Yeah, the crowd are wilting already on those ward kills, but you can see Meat Playground straight towards the turret. What a Fear doing? They just let him walk straight in there and tank it out. Put a chunk of damage down. Pobelter getting caught out a little bit there, but it's not going to be much damage going down onto it. He's trying to just lifesteal it all back there. Pretty much winning out that exchange, and now Meat Playground so strong that they're going to come in and just invade all of the jungle. They haven't got the bottom and the top wave cleared, though. There's massive stacks going on. The Aframu's been working away. Isn't a hole coming out again? Zuna this time tanking that one up. Didn't want it to hit Aframu. He's one of the main damage dealers. Has got that armor on now. Light Sledge again gets in, gets another shot, sniping on towards that turret.
Yeah, and that's going to be their gameplay overall. It's a bit harder without Baron because the region's not quite as high, but a good number of them have some kind of form of lifesteal. Only Zyra actually doesn't have some kind of life regain, so they're happy to poke out, take a little bit of damage, and then lifesteal it back to the next minion wave, and just keep pressing this turret. Fear is the one to initiate here.
There they go, the rupture goes in again. Pobelter gets on towards the tower, tries to bait it out. True Shot Barrage hitting most of the Meat Playground there. Aframu doing a good job at keeping them at bay, but that turret is slowly but surely wilting away.
And that's exactly what they want to do, is make that wilt and make it fall down. The health bar getting lower and lower overall. You can see it well below 1/4 health, and the poke constantly from Caitlyn.
That's the tower. Yeah, that's how they can't fight it now. They managed to catch that ace in the hole on towards Aframu. Aframu taken very, very low. Now they're going to dive for the Zyra ultimate. Not really catching on towards anyone, but Fear having to back away from that one. You can see the Hero Plague on towards Muffin Cutie, taking him very low. And that is going to be the inhibitor gain. And Meat Playground working that job there. Very nicely done. Smithy just... He's trying to be manly and trying to force him away, but if they turn around, he's going to run.
Oh, yeah, he's got his ultimate and Ghost available, so he could escape from things. The ward goes down, the jungle going down a little bit as well. And I want to point out what Meat Playground's doing, and that Light Slide is constantly using the Caitlyn ultimate after she steals blue. She's constantly using it to poke down from long range, because when a team fight starts, she needs to land basic attack. She can't sit there and channel.
Lemon God's going to get dived on. He's straight into position. That ward showing him his position. He just have to use the exhaust. He turns around, gets the grasping root down, but Smith is closing on him. Lemon God's going to get the target. They could try and turn this into something here. Can Fear, they want to pick up one more kill. They want to try and get Light Sludge down there. He's really the target. They haven't really got the freedom to go for that Baron just yet.
Yeah, I mean, that was my first thought as well, was try to rush down Baron. They can maybe get this mid lane, but they're definitely trying to ward sweep. And you know, unfortunately, they're just not getting much done here. And Afro is taking so much punishment. Smithy going to tank that ace in the hole. Again, he's taking a lot of damage out here, and he's a full Phantom Dancer behind the other AD Gary here. He's, you know, thousands of gold behind Light Sledge, making it very difficult for them to win team fights because there's just more damage on the other side.
So Smithy and Buffing Cutie kind of caught out of position. Okay, getting a little poke towards him. The rest of the team coming around. Light Sludge is not there. So if Fear were to try and engage, it would be a good situation for them. But unfortunately, they're finding every trap within the jungle. And Fear realizing they're going to have to back away from this one.
Yeah, so Fear running away. Jack's 900 gold away, or 800 gold away from his Guardian Angel right now. Aframu, 3,000 gold behind the opposition, not yet a Zeal for his inventory. You're seeing big ticket items just not yet available for Fear. It feels a lot like the last game, that even though the gold difference is 3,000, the guys who are behind or the guys who are ahead are the most important ones. Caitlyn significantly ahead of Ezreal, and Jack's just not where he needs to be just yet. Whereas Cho'Gath is tanky enough that he doesn't care anymore.
Oh, Aframu, you are caught out of position here. Light Sludge comes around. He's desperately running away. It's either Smithy or Aframu they're going to go for. One's got an Oracle, one is the AD carry, and it is going to be Smithy they went for. They could have caught Aframu, I think, there. Instead, they chose to just beat him away. Smithy, if they could take him down, obviously take away the smite, they could have a free Baron themselves. They are going to come around. They are going to go for Baron. Aframu just cancelled his back, actually. He's still sticking around there. Will True Shot Barrage in the second, I feel. They're going to try and get vision of it. True Shot Barrage a little bit early. NK Inc taken out very, very low there. Has the shield safeguard on towards it. Baron tanks very nice across there. Mandatory Cloud comes in a little bit too aggressive. They got the steal. No, they didn't get the steal. And immediately Meat Playground turned into a massive advantage. They have got Light Sludge down there, but they've lost a lot of damage. Zuna's trying to do as much as he can. Aframu at the side, continuing to snipe them. Caught out with a rupture, but he is still in there. Belter goes down. Zuna gets on towards Lemon God. He's going to turn on towards him. His rupture comes down. Aframu on towards X-Hazard. X-Hazard gets him down. Can X-Hazard take down Zuna? Yes, he can! X-Hazard doing work. The passive snipe as well, I think I saw in there. Very nicely played. Meat Playground. They've got the Baron, and they come out with an ace.
That was an amazing fight right there. I like the move from Mankind. He jumped over the wall trying to find NK Inc. He did find him, and thankfully for him, the wild growth kept him alive just long enough as he dove in there. But they immediately pinched everyone, and I thought with Light Sledge dying first, there was no way Meat Playground could win it. But X-Hazard, he managed to land ruptures and land skill shots on an Ezreal. Someone who's supposed to kite you for days. That was very, very impressive from Hazard.
So Hazard doing fantastic work, taking down the turret as well in reply. Honestly, I'm not sure Smithy can fight this one. What is he thinking? I think Hazard's in a much stronger position. You can see, look, the damage coming out. Smithy realizes the rest of the team probably going to come up, try and back him up. He's trying to keep him baited out there, but yeah, can't fight that one. He is a very, very strong. Guardian Angel's just been picked up by Zuna. Zuna going to be much stronger in the next fight. Also, Zeke's being picked up as well by Muffin Cutie. That's going to help the whole team out because they're all the AD carriers. Zhonya's Hourglass also in there as well for Mandatory Cloud. So, Fear stacking out some items. They came out well in that fight. They did manage to get 4 despite the fact they did lose Baron. They did get the ace. consequently, Meat Playground stacking out some huge items.
Well, but the thing is, I pretty much think it's the Fear story at this point where, you know, they have a very obviously late game oriented team. Olaf, Jax, and then, you know, not Caitlyn for the AD carry. Their late game is only going to get better and better as the game goes on. It's been up to Meat Playground to have a stronger mid game and snowball themselves ahead in gold. And they've done that in a lot of situations. Again, it's like a 3,000 gold lead here for Light Sledge. That is a very, very, very big deal. But just over time, you're going to see, you know, despite the gold difference, Fear just do a better and better and better and better job in these fights. You're going to eventually see even Aframo get to the point where he can just like start breaking down that Cho'Gath. No matter how many items he has, it just can't Fear get to that point without losing their entire base first.
So Trinity Force starting to be built by Aframo, but he's a long way off it right now. Meat Playground continue to churn down the turret. 7-2 in terms of turrets. He's having to give up on that ward as well because he's got to clear out the minion wave coming in. Pobelter trying to bait as much damage as he can, realizing he can just pull away and lifesteal it back, but he did take a big chunk of damage there. Trying to see if they're going to follow it out, bait it out. Aframo actually trying to land a couple of Mystic shots on towards Pobelter. One shot, if he could just get that slow proc. Hasn't actually tell lie, he can't get a slow proc, he hasn't picked up the phase yet. So it'll be a bit of a bug in the game if he caught it.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Lizard Buff maybe. He'll just ult it, steal it away like he's frogging. All right, so Meat Playground right here, I think they're still in push mode, even though they only have Baron buff on one person, that's just X Hazard, and it's only got just under a minute left on it. They're still the team that needs to make all the moves. The difficulty, though, is there's nothing on the map available for them. Dragon's down, Baron's down, they've got middle inhibitor available, but everything else is like inside the base turrets. It's harder to push here, but just Caitlyn shooting from long range, that's their main move here.
Yeah, and that's what they're doing. You can see Hazard going in there. He's going to tank it up. Tries to put the damage down. The ace in the hole being used, blocked off by Zuna. And that's going to be another turret down. And now they're going to force the fight. This is going to be Meat Playground diving on towards them. Does manage to get the beast down. Zuna taking down the Guardian Angel. Already popped there. Pobelter baiting out all the damage, but they just don't have the hit points to fight this one. Zuna gets dropped. Meat Playground starting to churn through. Hazard managed to catch up. So the drop to catch it, Smithy. And that's the Guardian Angel propped. He's going to come back up in any second now. He's not going to be able to get away. Immediately just taken down. Light Sludge absolutely tearing through. The Meat Playground could well be taking victory here. It could be a 2-0. Light Sludge continuing to drive through. He needs to get back, take down this inhibitor. And wow, what a great fight for Meat Playground.
The just upfront damage output was so lethal there. The Chemo Plague, everyone putting out damage. Jax just immediately melted. That was so mandatory for this game there, that Meat Playground could get rid of one of those persistent damage sources. And from there, it was definitely easy for them.
Trying to get
a little bit caught out. They might get this one as well.
They do. They managed to take down Alnon towards the fountain. Light Sludge versus Aframo gets him down on the fountain. That is just how strong Light Sludge is right now. Straight up kites him with all the health regen he had. And that's going to be the game for Meat Playground. 16-11. They have managed to take it in a 2-0 series. All of you people voting, nobody who gave Fear this game, but they have managed to clean sweep them.
Wow, congratulations, Meat Playground. Coming out really strong, 2-0. Had a rough group stage, but proved that that was just maybe a bit rough of a group. They've come through, and you can see them walking across us now. Meat Playground coming over, shaking hands with Fear. The GG's coming across. In fact, the prediction's still 52% for Fear, so apparently mid-game you guys didn't change your votes.
Still didn't change the votes, despite the fact it was pretty obvious. And we're smoking up a storm in here, Freak. I can't even see the crowd anymore. The fog machine is strong right now. We're not just in a haze, you know, we're not just in a smoky room out back. It is all stage effects, ladies and gentlemen. I am D-Man, you are Freak.
I am.
It's nice to know we have their names on there. And of course, you can follow us. Freak, by the way, hit 50,000 followers yesterday.
If you want to be 50,001 at Riot Freak, everyone pull out your smartphones. It's all log into Twitter.
Or log into Twitter.
At QVD, man.
At QVD, man. I'm a long, long way behind you, that's for certain. But yeah, Meat Playground there, they have managed to take victory, so they're going to go through to the lower bracket round 2. It does mean that Fear are now out of the tournament coming into this one. So they've had a good showing. I mean, they had a tough group. They had both CLGs in there, which was immediately tough work for them. You know, CLG Prime and the EU. EU looking very strong throughout this tournament. But that was a good showing from Meat Playground. They knew what they wanted to do. They set out their goal, the picks and bans, and they pretty much completely followed through the whole way.
Yeah, they played the strategy right. It wasn't just an amalgamation of picks. It was a lot of things working together in sequence. Caitlyn, Zyra, very, very good at pushing. Both of them have great area of effect and great turret pushing. They're both so long range. You saw them immediately switch over to the mid lane. As soon as they killed like one of those bottom turrets, right? They went 5-man mid and was like, let's go push this turret down. ManCloud got too aggressive trying to defend it. He got chopped out. And you saw, you know, basically from minute 5, it was just like, okay, well, we're better mid-game, we're going to push. We're better mid-game, we're going to push. They got a lot of uncontested dragons. They got a lot of turrets from long range. Just the one misstep from Hazard gave them kills away. Other than that, I think all the moves were perfectly executed from Meat Playground.
So that is it for me and you this morning. That's our first best of 3 out of the way. There's going to be many best of 3s going on. Of course, 2 streams happening here at IPL5. There's going to be lower bracket round 1. Another section. Is it going to be Singapore Sentinels versus
Iceland?
Iceland. It could well be. There's another game as well. Curse and A. Actually, that's a good point. Curse were playing this morning. They were playing this morning. We'll hopefully try and get the results. But don't worry, guys. We'll try and keep you updated. Get on the website. It is ign.com/IPL for all the information, all the votes, everything you want to see throughout the day. We will be back later on today. Thank you very much for watching. There's going to be another game following shortly. It's going to be Optimus, Tom, and I believe Baron.
All right. Well, we'll be back.
Hello everybody, I am Nick Allen and I'm here in Las Vegas, Nevada for IPL5. And I want to tell you how to get the most out of your tournament experience with the new IPL iOS app. From IPL5 on, you can catch all of our streams. And just in case you missed anything, rebroadcasts are built into the app. Never miss a moment with our included IPL schedule. And just in case you might forget, there's a reminder system too. View scores and up-to-the-minute results to keep track of your favorite teams and players. And the best part about the app is you get to predict the outcome of tournaments as they're happening for a chance to win an IPL-PC. Guys, make sure you download the app. It's awesome, it's free, and just search for IGN Pro League in the App Store. It'll make your IPL5 experience that much.
Look at the size of that thing. It's huge. I've seen bigger. Oh, please don't bite me. Don't bite me. Ah, it bit me. It bit me. It bit me. Oh, it burns. What else you got?
Sweating on the inside? Handle it on the outside with the all-day power of new Speed Stick Power.
Maybe we should have used the vacuum.
Maybe.
New Speed Stick Power. Don't sweat it. Handle it.
Rated T for Teen. Rated E10 for ages 10 and up.
Lee Sen, your team comp you had.
So he got the reset.
He got the reset indeed. I spoke to him afterwards. I was like, hey, Jackie, you know, it was a really good triple kill at Dragon. He was like, I don't know. I just hit WQR and everyone died. And I was like, okay, good job, Jackie.
I play Minesweeper.
I played Minesweeper, yeah. After the triple kill, he alt-tab, played Minesweeper for a little bit, and then got back to the game.
I wish I was kidding.
You're not kidding. Now, Team Dynamic also got first blood in the second game.
They got 2 kills in the second game.
Well, does that make you guys, nervous? I mean, since this is not the losers, the consolation bracket, the lower bracket, were you worried at all from the outset?
I don't know. I thought that we had a better overall team comp, so if we just played the fights right, then we'd be okay. Like, I picked Rengar to counter Vayne, and also we picked it so we could swap it between top and jungle. And I think picks like that are really strong, where you can just be like, hey, I don't know if it's top, I don't know if it's jungle, so you can't really counter pick it.
Yeah, it's just ambiguous until the last second when you realize who's playing it or what summoners are running. So Rengar to counter Vayne, how exactly does that work?
If she ults, and then she does a tumble and she's invisible, and Rengar ults, you have full vision of her. And then after she tumbles, you just jump on her and beat the living crap out of her.
Pretty much, pretty much. Now, yesterday, y'all's performance against M5, you guys played them twice, which kind of sucks. The first game, you guys seemed to be in the lead, you seemed to be ahead pretty much the entire time, and then, I mean, in your words, you just derp a lot. What exactly happened in that game?
I don't know, we just couldn't close the game out and made a lot of mistakes, and I don't know, just Ash arrows were like homing in on people, like...
Specifically Jackie.
Yeah, like, oh my god, he couldn't dodge him to save his life. Like, they had his name on him. It was pretty scary. But and then the second game, like, oh my god, we got wrecked by AP.
The pentakill against you guys
that was
probably
painful.
didn't help
Yeah,
whatsoever.
that's pretty painful. But I mean, we came back in today. I think we had a good warm up against TD.